my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? How are you, my darling Fumi Nation? I am so excited about today's live because we are going to be with the fabulous, I think that she's here. Let me just double check. We are going to be here with Gloria Elijah. And she is from none other than Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah here on YouTube. How exciting is that? So she should be coming in at any time. I'm waiting for her. And we're going to get into the Real Housewives of Lagos, Season 3, Episode 9. And Episode 9 was quite a treat. I haven't reviewed it. Gloria has. But I said Gloria should come back onto the channel here, as well as Frankly Speaking supporters. We are so happy to have you. Fumi Nation is also so happy to have you. We are your host for the evening, and we cannot wait to be together and dissect this episode. Are you excited? I know I am. I know I am. So I'm just waiting for Gloria. I can't seem to find her anywhere. I'm sure she's coming. Aha, she's here. She's here. Add her to the stage. Voila, Gloria. How are you? How are we, my love?
I'm fine, thank you. Good evening from Lagos, Nigeria.
Lagos, Nigeria. Let me change the banners because you are my host, because we are hosting you. So this
Okay.
is Gloria Elijah, Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah on YouTube. You have to follow her. I am so excited. Gloria, darling.
Ah, thank you so much.
So wonderful to see you, my darling. So
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Fumi Nation and myself, we're so excited to have you. Let me also add that I love you. I love you. I love your reviews. I have been a loyal follower and supporter for such a long. I did not know. I had no idea. And it's just really wonderful, wonderful to have you.
Wow.
Take the floor.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, like I told you in private, I have, I mean, you've been such a huge inspiration. Stumbling on your channel by recommendation, I have been glued, just following your story, your journey. I've just been loving you from afar. And then I followed you on Instagram, just been loving, loving, loving. And doing this, it's one for the books. I am excited. I'm honored. Thank you so much. Thank you
Oh,
so much for bringing
the
me on.
honor is mine, my Nigerian, African, beautiful, gorgeous sister. It was Fumi Nation that recommended. They're so wonderful.
Wow.
I love Fumi Nation. They will speak their mind. Oh, I live for it. And they're very
Oh,
and they said, you know what? You should collab with Gloria Elijah. And instantly I said, let me go to Gloria on Instagram because it's just easy to find. And lo
hmm.
and behold, I felt so terrible because you were following me.
Yeah.
Instantly, I followed. I said, let me start on the right path before I
Yeah.
requested, and I wasn't even sure if you would reply because some people are active, some are not for a while, you know.
Yeah.
Can't imagine. I live and love this because ultimately, I think, especially with us women, we should have a panel, like
Yes.
where you all come and sit and we kiki and we laugh. I am living and loving that. And that was how we kind of birthed, FDV Productions. And I will still do it.
Mm,
And I absolutely hope it
absolutely.
will come.
I absolutely, absolutely. This is a huge movement. It needs to continue. I'm here
Yes,
for it.
a
Thank
hundred
you.
percent. Darling, so what do you think of the Real Housewives of Lagos Season 3, Episode 9? Take the floor, tell me, and then we'll kiki from in there.
Hi. Nah, for real. This episode gave me goosebumps. When the season started,
Yes,
I was a bit impatient for the drama. I wanted to see the drama. First
correct.
episode, second episode, and I'm like, the kumbaya is too much. They should give us some action. And then the action started with Dabota. And I'm like, and I was quite taken aback. in a good way, because these ladies, you follow them on social media, and
Yes.
Dabota is one person I've followed on Snapchat for a while. And
Uh-huh.
when we talk about demure, mindful, she's the epitome of that.
Yes. Yes.
She's
She
very
reminds me of
demure.
Faith. She reminds
Yes,
me of Faith. And I'm
yes,
whether it's the tall girlies syndrome.
yes,
Sometimes you just feel that you can't just be running around because you're not petite. Like you are very
yes,
conscious of your height. I know
yeah.
and so when I kind of feel a certain way, I'm like, Fumi, you're not going to look good in this at all. And I just feel as if maybe Dabota has that vibe, where
Yeah.
she really, I can't this, I can't that, but you know what? Go right ahead, and I'll will go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. And also, I kind of suspected that is it a tall girl thing, but
Uh-huh.
wherever that was coming from, I loved it. Also consider the
Yeah,
fact that she's an ex-beauty queen. This is someone that's rolled in money,
I
a
did not know
social
that.
circle. Oh yeah, ex-beauty queen. She's rolled in money. So it's not like one of these girls that are actually looking for where to eat. She's rolling in
Yes.
money.
And her brand
So
is her brand is CFDA approved in America as well as in Canada.
yeah. I was quite impressed when I saw that part on the show. Yeah, but looking at the fact that the drama actually really started from her, I was shocked. I was shocked, and in a way, I was kind of excited because all these years of following her on socials, I know of the well put together side of her. So I
Yes.
was really looking forward to seeing what she would bring to the show. And
Yeah.
one thing I've learned to do over time of reviewing all of the shows is I've learned to, put a separation between the personalities I see on the show and the personalities that these women possess out of the show, because I always remind myself that I don't know them one on
Hmm.
one. I don't
Hmm.
know their real lives. I don't know their
Hmm.
true stories.
That
What
is
I
true.
know is what we are exposed to on the
Yes.
show and
Yes.
social media. So I'm just going to try to keep my judgment, where the show leads and where it ends. So I was
Yeah.
quite excited, not really put off, but just excited for the drama. Yes.
Yes. On top of which, the shows are heavily edited.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so you're not sure, where the animosity is coming from, why,
Mm-hmm.
Caro went from 0 to 100. you know
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
trying to understand that because of course the last time herself and Dabota talked, there was not this heated animosity, but it was
True.
there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I found with episode 9. It was so interesting. It was really surrounded around Dabota and Carol, because
Yeah.
ladies girlies in episode 8, everybody had been invited to Sophia's wine tasting, of which
Mm-hmm.
Diadem and Dabota didn't go to. And that
Yeah.
was where Carol now really expressed how angry she was towards Dabota. And the girlies have been,
Yes.
updating me that first and foremost, in one corner, that song is actually Ghanaian. It's a Ghanaian song. I didn't know. I didn't even know it was a song. That it
I
was in
know.
one corner. Yes. And Carol had left the house not up to a year, like a couple of months. But now,
Mm-hmm.
when Laura invited Dabota to a bar to have drinks, I even have slides. Should I put them up?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, well, first and foremost, we had Sophia, who had called Dabota to introduce
Mm-hmm.
her to come to Ghana because she did
Yes.
not go for the wine tasting.
Yes.
Yeah, so she invited her, and so Dabota was like, "Ooh, all the way in Ghana," but she was prepared. She said, "Okay, fine, I'll see what I can do." And there was a little bit of hostility there because
Yes.
Sophia was saying she has my number. She's pretending that she doesn't have my number on WhatsApp. This kind of thing. She knows it's me on the phone.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But Dabota was like, she didn't really feel like going because every time when we get together, it's always drama. So all of this
Yeah.
right here, I don't really know. But you know what? Let me go. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't go for the wine tasting. Okay. So that
Mm.
was that. Then we had, of course, Dabota and Laura. Now, I'm going to bring us back into face for 1 minute. How do you see the situation with Laura? I feel as if Laura gets a raw deal because it's Linda EKG who has a blog, and she's merciless. But that is how you
Yeah,
sell papers. That's how you sell magazines. That's how she becomes,
yeah,
because she's giving you the unfiltered tea. The Daily Mail does it. Hello Magazine does it. People Magazine does it. TMZ
mm,
does it. They have people all over. And she has found herself in a situation where she was able to do this, but it falls in Laura. And I saw that Laura kind of removed herself from last season. She was never all kind of there. And then here she
mm-hmm,
is now saying, you know what, Dabota, you and I have to chat because I hear that you don't
yeah,
like. And of course, again, by extension, your sister A, B, and C. Do I feel a certain kind of way? Yes, I do. And
yeah.
does Laura defend her sister? That's her blood. What is she supposed to do? So here
You
we
know,
go ahead.
sorry, frankly, for Laura, if I were to meet Laura face to face right now, I would tell her the same thing. I feel like Laura needs, and I mean, based on the show now, because I
Ah,
don't know her in person, I feel like she needs to learn a bit of empathy. And the reason
yeah,
is because if you look at all of these women that they put together on the show, they have one thing or the other in common. And
correct.
it's about the scandals surrounding their marriages or the
Yes,
birth of their children. And for women in general, it's not a good look. And it creates some sort of stigma in society. And
especially
if we're
those.
being Exactly. And if we're being honest about it, Laura's sister has used the blog to cause more harm than good, even though that is like a part of a source of livelihood, right? It's
Yes,
part of the job, but she has caused more harm than good. So, what I would have expected of Laura, drama aside, is when you come in contact with these women, you know their stories, you know the role your sister played in all
yes,
of their lives. You know, when they complain about these things, because it is you they see, not your sister. If they
correct.
complain about these things, the best you can do is, oh, maybe sorry about it, or maybe just try to show a bit of empathy, like you understand. But I feel like this is Laura's issue from season one. It's like she doesn't care
Mm.
whatever damage her sister's blog has done to you. Don't even talk about her sister. And I think that is not really fair, because if you look at when she has her own issues in the group, she
Yeah,
expects sympathy or empathy. Like, look at what happened between herself and
Carol.
Tiana.
Yeah,
You know,
I'd
so
say
you see, when that happens between herself and Tiana, to be honest, I did not really feel sorry for her, because I felt like, well, if this happened to you and you took it this heavy, imagine how these women feel when, when they were going through their own ordeal with your sister and
100%.
her
Because
blog.
remember, Carol and her had that beef, and Carol
Exactly.
accused her, and she said it affected my family, my in-laws.
Yeah,
They've got in-laws, they've got families, they've got children. They've got
exactly.
to get up and face the entire neighborhood and their clique and their friends
Exactly.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that was what. But I believed her when she told Dabota that I did not speak about your daughter on your daughter when
Mm,
on Instagram. I kind of sort of believed her that when it comes to children, I won't go down that rabbit hole.
yeah.
She did admit, but I also felt that Laura just felt so good in that little blue jeans mini skirt to tell Dabota. By the way, Carol has been dogging your name out here in the
Yeah.
streets, because you could have just left it at that, because that's between me and you. But she gave really Dabota a heads up. So Dabota was like,
Yes.
and I had come to Fulmination and I had told them in the previous episode, episode 8, that let us not be fast to judge Carol or Dabota, because we
Yeah.
haven't heard from what Dabota has to say. So
Mm.
Dabota now drops this bomb to say that it was a party in her ex's house. That is one. She came with a friend, and then her friend was the party planner. That was how. So they were not there, because the way Carol, well, the way I interpreted it, I thought it was like you coming to my house and I'm not there,
Hmm.
and Oko is there. So you're in my house doing what? Two of you are just, neither of you went to work and you're just having a day off and the staff is there
Mm.
seeing all of that's what I thought. That's how I envisioned it. But it was a party and true, there was a girlfriend there. But they have to have, yeah, ladies there. So there was a girlfriend there. What I do feel, if somebody did call me and say, Fumi, oh my God, I'm so sorry, this happened, that happened. Because Niger, I've been there. You don't even know
Mm-hmm.
what party you're going to until you go there. You don't even know whose house
Mm-hmm.
you're going to. Sometimes you just go, you understand me, this party, that party. Had I gone, then I'd be like, this is Carol's husband's house. I would have sent her a text, Carol, I'm here. Oh, wow, wow, wow. I know I spoke to you this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a chick here. Let me police this matter. I'll call you later. I think
Yeah.
that would have so because I think that Carol hasn't gotten over this marriage. One, but I also think that Carol really felt betrayed by her. I helped you, but you see, this is life. Just because
Yeah.
I helped you does not mean that you have to help me. You did not
Mm-hmm.
know her. You're not close, close, close. She did not come for
Mm.
your children's christening. She didn't come for your wedding. She's somebody that you did
Mm.
decided to help, and you thought that she would extend that olive branch to you. You don't even know, maybe she was helping to get you out. You don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you're
Mm.
so invested in getting so
Mm.
angry with Dabota that you don't know. 7 years, 17 years, it doesn't matter. I don't mess with you. I don't play with you. So I also felt how calm, because still waters is poisonous. You went to her house and you saw Ehi. She called you, said she cancelled. Then you went to her
Mm.
house. You've been playing with her in all of these episodes. You haven't even
Mm.
had an interaction with her to say, I am mad at you. This is the bone I have to pick with you. You waited
Mm-hmm.
until you went on vacation to Ghana, which I felt
Mm.
was selfish because a lot of the girls were saying, oh, that Sophia shouldn't have probed it. Sophia had every right. It was night one. They've got 4 or 5 days in Ghana. You're going to destroy the whole thing of something that you couldn't have done back in Lagos. You're going to do it in Ghana. She had to talk about it because she had already talked to, what does she call herself now? Maria. And Maria was like, you know what?
Mm.
You're not going to spoil my vacay for me. I want to enjoy myself. I want my
Yeah.
room, so on. So what do you think? Let me put up some slides.
Yeah. So you see, yeah, this two women's drama is very dicey, and I really admire both of them,
Yeah.
Caroline and Dabota. So
Yes.
for Dabota, yeah, like we said, we don't know what happened 7 years ago. We don't know, but
Yeah.
just as you rightly put it, yeah, these people's scandal, it was public.
Hmm.
Dabota's marriage to the billionaire, Caroline's marriage to the billionaire, it was public. I was
Wow.
quite young at the time. I was a teenager. I knew about, okay, maybe not a teenager, but maybe in my 20s, but I knew
How many
about
years
it.
ago was this?
This was, I can't remember. Caroline was quite young when she got married.
I know she was an actress. I know she was an
Yeah,
actress. So I don't know
yeah,
when she married this guy, but from the Lagos streets, even that one said had to put
yeah,
up a leg. So it wasn't
yeah.
straight. She
It wasn't
squeezed maybe out of
private.
this marriage, but it wasn't straight.
Everybody, see, the
No,
scandals were
because
public. The scandals were public. So what I felt, because I actually asked the same question to my
ah,
community that, okay, as much as I did not like the way Caroline went on and on and on talking about Dabota, right?
yes,
Um, what could be the reason for her bitterness? Could it be that, okay, because when Dabota had that meeting with Laura, she was kind of nonchalant about it. She said that
yes,
she was directly invited by the celebrants, that's Caroline's ex or whoever, and
yes,
she attended the birthday party, meaning she knew who was celebrating, right? Even though it was her sister or cousin that did the decoration, she knew. So I was expecting that, okay, fine. You had your own tough time. This woman extended a hand of support to
she's
you.
gracious,
As you
yeah,
rightly said, why don't you just send a message like, oh, I was invited for a party. I'm here. I would let you know what's up, when I leave. Although she
yeah.
does not owe
But
her any
she
explanation,
doesn't, but I would have felt that.
but just let her know.
Correct.
So the way Dabota presented the case to Laura, it felt like, well, F it. I don't care. Let her get over her ex. So I felt like if that was how she really acted that time, she was kind of at fault in a way. Because you see, Caroline said she reached out to Dabota and Dabota blocked her on Snapchat.
But remember, she said that she's wondering what is wrong with Carol. That Carol, Carol must be suffering from one kind of amnesia, because to Laura's shock and mine, Dabota
Yeah.
said that herself and Carol had talked about it. And Carol said, I
Yeah.
did not know. That was why I did not talk to you. This, that, and the third. That this conversation of which she had with the girls at the wine tasting
Yeah.
event, that they had actually had a one-on-one where they had talked about it. And Dabota had said, darling, I did not know. I was trying to chase a man myself. And so when I got there, it wasn't anything. I just saw one girl there, this, that, and the third. I didn't understand why Carol would have even accepted that. For me, no excuse. Because
Yeah.
as I heard about your marriage in the streets, you heard
Mm.
about my marriage in the streets. You knew the
Yes.
house that I was in. Your loyalty was to your friend, whoever was
Mm.
doing the occasion or whatever. The thing was
Mm.
that Lagos is small. Echo is very small. Victoria Line, Echo
Very.
is just very small. You and I are going to
Yes.
meet again.
Exactly.
That's the issue. So
Yeah.
I think it was a situation also heavily edited on the episode. They needed something
Exactly.
because my God, it's been a bit boring. It's a bit boring.
Yeah.
I miss the old cast. So I think that perhaps they were kind of encouraged. Carol, you have to say something.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. You were so angry. You were so
Yeah.
upset. And you were talking to everybody but Dabota. Why didn't you speak
Yeah.
to Dabota? You spoke to Mariam.
Yeah.
Mariam is in America with her silver fox and her daughter. She flies in and out. She's become
Yeah.
very blasé about the whole thing because she doesn't live here no more. That's none of my business. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm.
And of course, Diadem is loyal to Dabota, and Diadem cannot stand the lateness of which Mariam has done to her, of which Sophia has done to her. I get it.
Yeah.
So that was the build up. So you had kind of like three scenes. It was the scene with Sophia calling Dabota, and then Laura and Dabota had this where
Mm.
Dabota, like you rightly said, child, please, girl, bye.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
everybody started to get ready for the jet set. Everybody got their invitation. JP,
Oh my God.
yes, private jet, PJ. I said, I've not entered PJ, so me, I took screenshots. Let me get there.
Nah, the ladies they were really having a time. They were having a time in that private
Oh,
jet.
no, they were having a fabulous time. This was the private jet.
Yeah.
I said, now so private jet be. Let me be looking. So this was the private jet. Everybody come sit down. That was how they were arriving. Diadem, Dabota arrived together. They said they met there. So they began to walk right inside. That is Diadem. You understand me? She said, this thing is not bad at all.
Yeah.
I said, well, you know what? It is what it is. And so they were really,
Yeah.
just, kicking it and enjoying themselves, having a good
Yeah.
time. You understand? Dabota was there, everybody with it. And then from there, they had the party bus. I think I have one
Mm.
other picture where they were champagne, but they landed and they were onto the party bus. And then, of course, they
Yeah.
arrived at the chalet, the getaway. And this was the
Yeah.
fabulous, welcome, which was lovely. I thought it was so nice. I love this
Mm.
garland and the balloons and everything. And then you see our beautiful Mariam with her headpiece, of which I live and love, you know.
I love our fascinators.
I love them. I love them. I'm coming to Lagos. Darling, don't worry. We're going to have a fabulous time. I'll let you know. And I'm going to have all of these fascinators. I just live in all colors. I'll be walking around. You'll see me from afar.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. And so
Absolutely.
with all of the food was delicious looking.
Mm.
Until there was, they sat down to eat and all of this. And then outside, which I think, let's get back to this part. I thought Sophia was amazing. She was amazing. She literally gave the best room to Dabota. And I
Yeah.
said it in the first
Yeah.
episode. It didn't matter. You are the host. You should take the
Exactly.
desirable. No excuse. No excuse.
Exactly.
And so Sophia was really showing that she's more than Davido's baby mama out here in these streets. She
Exactly.
really is. Because I was
Exactly.
waiting for her to talk about Davido. I was waiting for her to say,
Mm,
this. And she hasn't. Very classy. And yet I really chastised her because she was talking about my private boat. But apart from that, she didn't. And I think what I really applauded her for was that she literally gave the opposite to what she received.
exactly. 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 You know, yeah, the right from the private jet, there was a comment I saw. Of course, there was a lot of reactions on social media, and someone was saying that, oh, so it's okay for Sophia to complain about her room, but it's not okay for Diadem and Dabota to complain that the private jet was small. And I
Yes.
said, listen, here is what people don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Dabota's bone of contention with Sophia was that, oh, as a plus one, you have no rights to
Yes. Yes.
complain
Yes.
about anything. You shouldn't even comment
To be
because
grateful
you
that I
were
even allowed you inside.
exactly
Yeah.
just take whatever I dish out to you. And
Yes.
the girl said, but if I don't like it, I should be allowed to say because you asked me, what do you
Yeah.
think about your room? And so I'm giving you a reply.
100%.
Now, when they got into the private jet, there was a lot of now I know that all the ladies had things to say, but they will edit to show us some of the confessionals, right? So we saw a lot of Dabota and Diadem's confessionals about, oh, the private jet is too small, oh, it's
Yes.
shaking. And I'm thinking,
Yes.
well,
Yes.
you did not want her to complain about her room, but here you are, you're complaining about the private jet.
Yes.
So if you did
Yes.
not like it, why didn't you fly
Yes.
economy or maybe book a business class to
Yes.
Ghana yourself? Because she came with her boat unknowingly, right? That you already had it. So you see what's happening here. For me, I felt like you cannot expect some sort of standard from someone. Then when it's your turn,
Yeah.
you're not giving the same grace, right? And I felt like that
100.
was where Dabota and Diadem did not cut it for me at all,
You
with
know
that
what it
private
is?
taxi.
I think it was ego. There was a lot of ego there. I do you, you
Yeah.
do me. I can do bigger than you. I can do better than you. I think there was, but
Yes.
again, like I said, the way that is edited, we have to have some kind of drama for the simple
Yeah.
reason. First and foremost, we saw Dabota change the doors, the names on the doors when she got to the beachfront house.
Yes.
Saw it. She was like,
Exactly.
"What? No, 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 no. You know what? Sophia doesn't deserve this room. I'm going to change it and put it
Exactly.
on this room." Then pushing forward, Sophia saw because Dabota didn't see it that in actual fact, Carol was in constant communication with Dabota and sent her
Yeah.
pictures. We're on the boat. We've left with this. So Dabota knew, of course, that Sophia was coming. She knew that. That's why
Yes.
she knew that she was coming. Not a matter of that it was a plus one. And I think it
Mm-hmm.
was a situation where, at the same time, Sophia, do you see how much you want the girls to enjoy themselves because you spent money?
Mm-hmm.
$50,000. Dabota
Yeah.
also spent money. She would have
Yes.
wanted everybody to be on the boat. I think that
Of
even
course.
though you had a private boat, look at how much fun where we were all, saluting and having our champagne glasses in the air in
Mm.
this. Can you imagine if they didn't show up and said, you know what, we've got our own private jet. We'll take that one. You guys go forward. It begins to
Yeah.
separate people before they even decided to
Mm.
separate because you got the
Yeah.
first group that arrived. They kind of gossiped before the second group arrives. And there's a bad
Mm.
taste in the mouth kind of sort of thing, of which I also want to understand. Sophia, did you plan by yourself to bring in only 5 presents and none for Dabota? So if she had given you the best room, would you have gone ahead? But do you see what I'm saying? So the tea,
Yeah.
your stomach, it had to be your stomach. I am going to react to the way that because there's cause and effect. So the way you treat
Yes.
me, you want to isolate me, I'll isolate you.
Mm.
Do you see
True.
what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
felt that they were both guilty. They were both
Yes.
playing this kind of, a game of chess,
Yeah.
and all their pawns are getting kicked off.
And
They're
you
getting
see, I don't know if you're aware, yeah, this is a typical thing in Lagos, amongst this socialite circle, right?
teaching.
This, this,
No, teach me, because you see, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. If I don't like something, I'll be like, Glory,
Yeah,
you know what? Look here. I didn't like that. That was a hot mess. And then I'm gone.
yeah,
Maybe it's the Aries in me, but I will say it and I'm done.
yeah.
And
Nah,
I don't
this is
know.
a big deal here. This is
Because
a
it's too
big
much
deal
of a
here.
mastermind. That's playing a lot of games.
Of
So
course,
you
see,
move, I
it's
move.
a thing
You
of
move, I move.
power.
It's
Yeah, it's
power.
a thing of power. It's a thing of class status, right? So you drive a Range Rover. I can also afford to drive a Range Rover. You fly business class. I can fly a business class. Okay, fine. Let me buy a boat. Let me see if you can also buy a boat. You see? So
And I
they
fly
keep.
with my miles. I fly with my miles. I pay all of me. I don't have the money. I will
Yeah.
tell the truth. I will have one or two checks like so, and I might buy the Chanel bag on sale or second hand. I don't
Mhm.
mind. That's all that I can afford. I've got a child. I've got a brand I'm trying to push up. I ain't got it. Glory, can we fly on your private jet? I don't mind to. I don't care. I don't have that mentality. If I don't
Yeah.
have it, I don't have it. I don't have it. You understand me?
Hmm.
So I shop at outlets, I buy secondhand, I buy thrift stores, I'll buy one or two pieces. But even on this channel, they know me. For a
Yeah.
very long time, I bought high street because I would show it off and I would tell them what they could, because it has to be relatable. If it's not relatable, how can you say your sisters? Do you see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Mhm.
I don't pressure myself. I don't put myself under that kind of pressure to keep up with the Joneses. You're not in my home.
Absolutely.
You're not in my house. I'm an elder woman with a very young child. Luckily, just be able to squeeze that baby out before the garage door came down. So Adrian is
Yeah.
my son and grandson. I have to put him through school, through uni.
Mhm.
Thank God, maybe I live long enough to see the wife that
Yes.
he will bring in. You see what? So my priorities are very, 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 very different. Do you see what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So my money,
Yes.
and don't get me wrong, never envious, never jealous. I'll be like, Glory, baby. What are you working with, mama? Show me. I don't mind. I
For
don't mind.
real.
And I'll be like, Glory, go ahead, mama, do your thing. Let's take a picture. Put the Chanel bag between us so they don't know who it belongs to.
Absolutely. For real. Now the pressure is real with these women.
Oh my God.
The other ones to outdo the other.
So this is really what happens in Nigeria.
Ah, Lagos especially, the competition is insane. It's insane. You do this, there's always somebody that wants to top it. There's always somebody that wants to do the most. It's insane. And it's some sort of bragging right.
Ha. Okay, let us be talking now. Biko Kekwan. All right, let us move forward. So they've landed now, and they're now
Yes.
where are they? They're at the beach house. And so Sophie has gone ahead and given Dabota her room, is it not? And so aha,
Yes.
there you have Mariam. And so she's letting so Carol is letting Mariam know, I'm not for it. That look at how hypocritical they were. That Dabota and Diadem were the biggest, screaming and shouting, and
Yeah.
the loudest in the private jet. That just shows me how you are. I'm like, Carol, calm down, mama. Calm down. You're talking to the wrong person. There's no
Absolutely.
point. On top of which, Mariam just landed from America. She's still jet lagged. And then she jumped onto the PJ for the Ghana trip because we did not see her in the last episode. And then you now want to pour all of this onto her. It doesn't make sense. On top of which, let me call it like it is, Mariam is not 100% loyal to Caro.
True. True.
So she doesn't really care.
True.
There was no
True.
point. We moved on. I did think, so let me go to the next one. I did think that I did think that Carol's bedroom was beautiful.
It
So
was just lovely.
oh, it was so
Yeah.
gorgeous. I lived for it. I thought it was really pretty. I love the panels. And then,
Yeah.
of course, you can see Mariam. Mariam was very happy that actually
Yeah.
Sophie came to, save her and say, come on, let's all go to the rooms.
Yes.
That was that. And then we had the big event. The big event was Sophie, who wanted to have a sit down, Kiki with
Yeah.
Dabota to smooth things over, of which I
Mm.
thought it was super mature of her. We're in
Yes.
Ghana, we've kicked back, you're looking pretty. Let's talk about this. Let's get over this. Again, like I
Hmm.
said, I thought that she was leading the pack here.
Yes.
Had extended such graciousness to Dabota, and Dabota just taking it all in. So they've arrived, they've eaten, they've slept, they've dressed. Night one. And so they
Mm.
sat back to Kiki. Take the floor, Mama.
Mm.
Let me hear from your point of view.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I have been giving Sophia Momodu so many accolades ever since this particular episode aired because you see, the way she was yapping her mouth about, yes, I own a boat, I own a boat, I own a
Yes,
boat, I was
yes,
scared that she
yes,
might want to pay tit for tat. So I
yes,
was worried already because
yeah,
my fear for her was if she played that game of I'm going to do it back, the Davido's 30 billion gang, they're going to pounce on that part and they're going to
yeah.
tear her up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
So I wanted her to really portray a good side to herself. And that was exactly what she did. And I was
mm-hmm,
so proud of her.
mm-hmm.
And I agree with you. She tried to be the bigger person. However, Dabota, Dabota disappointed me because see, in a way, I wasn't surprised that Dabota refused to take accountability because she said from episode one that she
I would
never
never apologize.
apologizes.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She said she never apologized to anybody. So I wasn't surprised, but I was really disappointed because every argument she brought, she kept on shooting herself in the leg. Because we watched it. We saw
yeah,
how she
yeah,
pettily, like
yeah.
deliberately switched up Sophia's room. She wanted to
Yes,
teach Sophia a lesson. We could
yes,
see how malicious she was in that
yes,
episode.
100%.
So the worst was when she was trying to prove that Caroline never communicated, and the WhatsApp
It was
receipt
all
she
there.
was showing was
Yeah,
saying the exact opposite. I
yeah.
felt so bad for Dabota because I felt like, girl, you just kept on shooting yourself in the leg
In the
here,
foot.
and
Yeah,
Sophia could see it as herself. I was really disappointed in Dabota. Yeah,
100%. And I think also, Sophia gave up because Dabota
yeah,
lied. And once she
yeah,
saw that Dabota lied, Sophia felt, I've won this case. There's no point. Homegirl,
yeah,
you've got some issues that you have to deal with. You can't even come around to anywhere where we can meet in the
yeah,
middle. And I would have
yeah,
been so happy if Dabota had said, I apologize. You know what?
yeah,
You're right. I should not have taken it to the extreme where I
yeah,
did not extend any gracious to you in the beachfront home. Upon
yeah.
reflection, when I do think about it, if I
Mm,
left my husband, I left my son, I left the comfort of my home where I can find everything because I know where everything is, to
mm,
stay in a room, you understand me, that was more of a punishment. Sit there and think of,
yes.
I would not have stayed because then I don't feel safe because you're sleeping
Mm,
at night. You don't know what's going to happen or come through. I would feel a little
exactly.
jittery. I think I would have said, Mariam, come, can we sleep together? Because if you can
Mhm.
do that during the day, what are you going to do to me at night when I don't know where I am? I don't even know in what
Yeah.
direction I have to go. When you're in a hotel, in a new hotel, hotel
Mm.
room, you don't even know where the bathroom is. You have to think about it first and foremost
Yeah.
and leave the light on kind of so that you know where you're going to at night so that you can kind of go back to bed. I
Mm.
actually thought about it because I just came back from New York and I just thought about it and I was like, it was a lot because it was a quick trip. It was a quick turnaround. I was so
Yeah.
jet lagged. It's taking me 2 weeks just for me to get myself together again. So
Mm.
I felt that, you know what, Dabota, you had no right. You did not explain to us why you were changing the rooms. And if left
Yeah.
to me, that boat triggered you. It also triggered me that, Sophia mentioned the boat. But the point being
Yeah.
is that homegirl is coming here, which means that she's willing to come and stay with you. You got to be careful.
Mm.
And when she switched it up and she was still telling lies, she was like, no, it's right there. Can you see? She sent you the picture. She sent you the second picture. She sent you when we were on a boat. And she said, you know what? Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And that was when Madame Caro came right in. And I said, oh my God. I said, here we go. So this was, Dabota and Sophie. I loved Sophie's hair. Wasn't that fabulous?
Now it was every hairdo that she's been putting up. It's just been easy peasy, no stress.
It's been so cute. I live and love.
Yeah.
Caro came in.
Hmm.
And Carol, this is what I don't understand. I really don't. Carol came and she wanted the other girls to come as well, which would have been Mariam, Diadem, and Laura. Those were the three
Hmm.
that had not arrived. And again, she came with this sour face. She had the sour
Yeah.
face on the plane. She had the sour face when they arrived. Needless to say, Dabota too. She was very childish because she was dropping, those innuendos, the champagne as
Hmm.
before I poison anybody. And of course, we
Hmm.
all knew that she was directing those remarks to
Yeah.
Caroline. But of course, Laura had already given Dabota the heads up. So Dabota,
Hmm.
I don't care, I don't want to deal with you or whatever. So of course now, Carol now came in black. And before you could say Jack Roberts, no, actually, Sophia now said, I can feel the tension. And I saw
Hmm.
this all over that it was not right for Sophie to, instigate,
Yeah.
encourage Carol and Dabota
Absolutely.
to speak. Yes.
Absolutely.
But Glory, this is my issue.
Hmm.
We've all left Niger. We're in
Hmm.
Ghana. We're going to be here for 5 days. This is
Hmm.
not even day 4. This is day 1, night all the way. Does this mean, and this is how I'm looking at it, it's my event. I invested all of this money here. Does
Hmm.
this mean this is how we are going to be for the next 4 or 5 days? If we're going to trash it out, let us trash it out. That's why
Hmm.
I really understood where Sophie came from. I'm not going to do this for the next 4 or 5 days. Let's do this now. How do you see
Hmm.
that?
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand and I agree with you. Nobody wants bad vibes in such a beautiful location, away from the stress and the heat wave in Niger. We want fresh air, you know?
Honestly,
But
honestly.
yeah, but still, yeah. If my friend or maybe someone I'm building a friendship with is
Yes.
complaining about another person, I would tell her, I would give her a heads up. And that was what I expected Sophia to do. I would give Caroline a heads up that, Caroline, I'm going to bring up this issue when we get
Okay.
to Ghana.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
you, yes, do you want to talk about it? I'm going to talk to Dabota and I'm going to invite you. I'm going to
Mhm.
try to make peace with her, understand her. Then I'm going to invite you. Are you ready to talk about it? Because I don't want bad blood on this trip. So that was what I expected. Because if you notice, when she kept on pressing
Golden. Yes.
Caroline, Caroline was irritated and asked her, is that why you invited me to come here? And I felt like Sophia wasn't fair or balanced because you see, as much as Caroline has been the one complaining, her continuously, calling on Caroline to
Push.
talk, she now made Dabota look like Dabota is, a saint, like Dabota did not do anything wrong. I don't know if you get what I mean. And I tried to put myself in that situation, in Dabota's situation, in Caroline's situation. If I was Dabota at that point in time, I would behave exactly how Dabota was behaving. I would feel like, oh, yes, I'm the queen. Nobody
Yes,
talks
you
to
can
me.
control yourself. But you see,
Exactly.
but the situation was that Carol came with a sword right onto the trip. She came onto the trip, she was complaining. She had sour face. When they got in, she was complaining constantly. So I do agree with you on that point. Perhaps
Mm,
not to your stomach flag her unexpected. When she brought
yeah.
her to her beautiful room, should have, because she knew when she met Mariam and Carol talking that they were talking about that. She should have said, Carol,
Mm,
listen, either you
mm,
stop this or I'm going to
yes.
bring it up. Because
Yes.
you can't put us into this situation like that. So it's
Absolutely.
either we stop it or we finish
Yes,
it. You're right.
absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
let's just
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
I think for whatever reason, that was where Dabota decided to take the floor and start talking about how, well, the last time when I saw you, everything was fine, in third person, and explaining to Sophia. So I don't understand where all of this was coming from. And that was where, oh my God, Carol just went off.
Yeah.
Carol went all the way off and got into Dabota's face and then pushed a finger into her face.
That was not nice.
What would you have done?
See, Auntie for me, reflex action. Ah, reflex action. I don't care if I'm at fault or you. If you put your finger in my face, I would bite it off. Don't try that with me. I will chop it off. I'm telling you. So the fact that Dabota was able to maintain composure, I give her accolades for that. I give her accolades. I
Do you
mean, I
know?
believe in
Yes, go
yeah, I
ahead, go
believe
ahead.
in fight with your mouth. Don't get physical. Don't put your hand in my face. Don't do that. Let's engage,
Yeah,
engage. If you're angry, vent it all out. I will vent it all out, but don't ever come close. Don't even put your face in my face. That was what I had a problem with. I don't care where the motive was coming from.
yeah,
Caroline should not have even gotten into Dabota. As I said, these women, they have a lot of things in common. They are
mm,
both mothers, they are entrepreneurs, they are
mhm,
business moguls, they have
mm,
money. So what are
yeah,
you going to use to brag that I don't
yes,
have? So I was really disappointed in Caroline that she went
that she
ahead
did
to
that.
do that.
I
Yeah.
thought I thought about it. I thought about it and I said to myself, if I was a little bit younger, if I was in my 40s, perhaps I would have. I really would have. But I would have I wouldn't have retaliated, but I would have walked off the show
Hmm.
and I would have come back.
Hmm.
Because for me at this stage it's a choice.
Hmm.
It's a choice and I can control it. I'm very proud of myself, actually. Where you can say anything, do anything to an extent, actually, because that is rude. That is really cheeky. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd have just, pushed her back or something. But
Hmm.
I know that in times of flight and fright like that, I just think, for me, get out of here.
Hmm.
Get out of here because a sledgehammer is a billion times bigger and stronger than an ant. You do to
Hmm.
me, and everybody will say, "Oh, but for me, you didn't have to bring a whole chair and break it on her head." Do you see?
Hmm.
They don't
Yeah.
understand is that it's an action and it's a reaction. You cannot now tell me how I'm to react to something
Hmm.
that really cheesed me off.
Hmm.
So I have learned to walk away. I'm very good at it now. Very, very good at it.
Hmm.
Even though she did that, there is no, and I would sue you for everything you
Hmm.
got. I will make sure that you feel it. All those Chanel bags, I'm taking all of them. That is, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've learned that. I have really learned that, oh, you will pay dearly for that. I would have
Hmm.
walked off that show and I would not have come back no
Hmm.
matter what, because whatever contract that I signed, that right there is off the cards. You touch me, you're touching a brand, you're touching Adrian's mama, you're touching Ula's wife, you're touching
Hmm.
Dr. Desalu's daughter. You're standing, you have gone over and above what you cannot truly afford.
Hmm.
Everybody has that license. Don't
Hmm.
put your hands on me.
Absolutely.
You're going to have to pay.
Hmm.
That is how I felt. I was so tickled pink that Sophia was really frightened. Sophia looked and said, "Oh my God, wait, I think I have it."
She was so confused.
So she was genuinely, and she was in there. She was really in
Yeah.
there. Oh no, no, the poor child. She was really, she did not know. She really
Yeah.
did not know. She was looking and saying, what is this? Let me just put in the fourth slide because I had all of these here. Yes, number 4. There we go. Let me just slide it over. And she was just like, oh my God, no, 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 no. This is terrible. As you can see, Dabota, and Dabota is tall. Why would you poke a giant like that? It goes to show how angry Caro was, because Caro just saw red. Caro was
Yes.
so unhinged. It was unbelievable. So you can
Yeah.
imagine that, and you know what? As a matter of fact, Sophie was right. Look at them all over
Mm.
the. By this time now, she has smashed the glass and everything. And
Yes.
look at Sophie. Sophie's like, Caro, this thing is not even
She was.
that. Oh my God, it was intense. And so,
Yeah.
I just felt that this was the aha moment for the season. It had to be something like this. There was nothing else.
Mm.
So maybe again, the cast was told to take it to the next level.
Mm.
I don't know,
Mm.
but that was how. Leave me. I'm dressed. I'm not covered. So now everything, the staff. I think also it's embarrassing though. Do you not think
Yeah.
it's embarrassing? You
I think it is. I think it is. And when I say I was disappointed in Caroline, I think it even goes back to season one. You remember in season one when she stood up to, retaliate on Laura, we gave her that excuse that it was self-defense because Laura threw the first punch in
yeah,
quotes, right? And we could tell that there was a lot of provocation from Laura and she was only retaliating. So we were
yes,
able to excuse her. We even applauded her, called her the queen of the season.
correct,
So
correct,
her
correct.
coming back now, and this time around, she's the one throwing the first punch, in quotes,
Yes,
by
yes,
standing
yes.
up to Dabota's face. For me, I'm like, no, what people canceled Laura for in season one, you just automatically bagged that cancellation because currently they're canceling her on social media. And if you check her socials, she's putting up a lot of posts like she doesn't care, she will do it again, she will do it again. I'm like, no, you should be quiet at this point because if people are canceling you, people have a right to cancel you. People are not saying Caroline should not be upset at Dabota because nobody really knows
She
the
behaved, yeah,
issue.
yeah, no, it was wrong.
Yeah, what
It
people
was
are upset
wrong.
about is you laying your hand on another woman. That is unacceptable. So yeah, I mean, and when you explained about you would sue. And for me, the thing is, in a tense situation like that, sometimes we don't even know what we are capable of.
Yes, yes, I agree.
Dabota, Dabota could have easily shoved Caroline and she
Yeah.
could have broken her neck
Yes.
on that table.
See, see, and that's what I'm saying. And I think
Yeah.
also, if Carol had hit Dabota, it would have been
Mm.
different from the way it was demeaning and
Yeah.
condescending, like you
Yes.
little nothing, like you are no
Hmm.
person. You understand me? The gall, the audacity of you to do that.
Mm.
It was as if to say, in other words, Dabota, you're rubbish. You are
Yeah.
just, you're pure garbage, and I am still better than you. I'm
Mm.
above, and so you are
Yeah.
nothing but a peasant. And so
Yeah.
Dabota was so calm. She put her bag down and she stood up and she said, "Don't you
Yeah.
ever," you
Yeah.
know. And God
Yeah.
only knows because it fade to black. We just heard the crash and everything, and that was that.
Mm.
And of course, that was when Sophia said, "Oh no, 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 no. This right here is deeper than what I think
Yes.
I think Sophie did not know how deep this was. She really,
Mm.
I don't think she did. I think she was frightened. I think that
Yes.
when they started calling each other these vile names and everything, Sophia was like, I'm not used to this. I live a soft life. I would never, I promise you, if Sophia
Yeah.
had known that this was how it was going to turn out, she would never have poked the tiger, as they say.
Absolutely.
She poked
Yeah.
the tiger, and the tiger came out here and showed the jaws from the
Mm.
back.
Yeah.
I think that was what
Absolutely.
it was. And then, needless to say, we had Mariam. Mariam,
Mm, mm.
Mariam came out here. I said, where's That was the champagne picture
Yeah,
that
that was it.
all of them, yes, I mean, fabulous. I think this is what Dabota would have loved to have on the yacht that she also paid for. You know, they
Yeah.
paid with money. Look, see Sophia. Sophia's like, what just happened out here in these Ghanaian streets? And then from
Yeah.
there, we had Mariam coming in. I think we had Diadem coming in quickly after that in one beautiful, beautiful red dress. And then from there,
Mm,
we had Laura. And that was it, my darling.
yeah.
That was this episode, and it was fire. And again, like I said, I did see in socials Caro, who now came out with, you know, text messages of receipts or whatever. I wasn't interested. Carol, it's too late. That is what
Yeah.
you should have brought before the fact. The mere fact
Mm,
that it looked as if you came to fight. That's how it
exactly.
is. You came to fight.
Exactly.
That is strike one. And then you came also to destroy Sophia's event. Strike two.
Mm,
You just look like a mad person. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the same fight you had season one. And that time it was
mm,
with Laura. Again, this ex-husband, of which I think I can comfortably say you have not had this kind of fight blowout with him, and yet you've been having with these women. He's the one that caused all of this. He's the one that had a girlfriend in your house month two, three, four, even though you have a child with him. These men will have you looking crazy. You
mm-hmm,
have to put yourself in check and say to yourself, I'm bigger than this, I'm better than this. I have given the best to you. You don't appreciate it. I'll see you in court. I'll take what I
mm,
can get, and you have to build your life. I keep on saying it, girls. That's why you got to have yours. You got to
mm,
have yours. It's not as painful. And don't invest so much in a man that he already had, from what I heard, he had K-leg in the streets even before, during, and after Carol. It wasn't brand new.
mm, mm. I mean, I totally agree with you because I've been going through a lot of reactions on social media, and it's really sad because a lot of people would take the show as the real life of these
Mm.
women. They don't
No, it's
care. For them,
mm-mm.
it is the reality, you're this. And now, nobody remembers whatever transpired at Dabota's beach house anymore, her beach
Yes.
resort event. Nobody remembers anymore. Nobody remembers if Dabota did anything or if anybody else did anything. The
Yeah.
villain now, according to reactions, is Caroline. As a matter of fact, when you check out Dabota's socials, she's receiving so many accolades. Oh my God, you are the queen. You're the queen. You're the queen. And I just feel so bad for Caroline
Yes.
because nobody is thinking. And that's the thing about getting violent on a show like this.
Mm,
The moment
mm.
you go physical on a fellow cast member, nobody remembers if the person wronged you. What they just remember now is you are the villain. You went physical,
Yes.
you put your hands
Yeah.
on someone else. And I think that is one thing I have noticed about Dabota. Dabota has a very tactical approach to stirring the
Mm.
pot and to triggering people.
Passive
You know,
aggressive.
yeah, passive aggressive. She would trigger you and
Yeah.
then she would remain calm and
Yes.
composed. And that
Yes.
was something that Caroline had in season one. I don't know if she's
Yes.
lost it because now you can see that she's like this boiling pot. She wants to explode and finally she exploded. So I think she needs to introspect and reflect because she's still going off on her socials about I did it before, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to do it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. You've lost this battle because nobody remembers what at all happens between you and Caroline. What people remember now is you
Yeah.
lost your cool and you went
Yes.
physical.
Yes. And again, if you lose your cool on anything, it's because you're invested. If you don't care, you don't care. You will not be invested because you don't care.
Absolutely.
So I think that it
Absolutely.
still stems from the relationship. It's been a while, it's been 7, 9 years, whatever. But
Mm,
that relationship and the way and how she got affected by it financially emotionally,
Mm.
physically, all of that. Maybe Carol is feeling, I'm not able to find that man anymore. I'm feeling older.
Mm.
I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling some kind of way, and I have to come back and justify myself on social media.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, and that's what I'm very conscious of, you can build your brand beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
beautifully. You do one wrong thing and it can crash and tumble all the way down. You have to
Mm.
be careful of the devil you kiss on the lips. You have to be
Mm.
careful. When you come on these
Absolutely.
reality shows, you have to be on guard because that's another thing they do, the reaction. They want it to be raw. So sometimes
Mm.
you're even unaware of what they know that can trigger you, you know.
Mm.
But it was a fabulous episode. We've come to the 1 hour. Let us hear what Fulmination, as well as Frankly Speaking supporter girls,
Yes.
have to say. I love this. My darling Glory, when I tell you it was such a pleasure to have you on the show. And please invite me. Can I come to your own platform? I would love
Absolutely,
to come.
absolutely. We are definitely going to discuss the reunion because I am waiting for the reunion. So we are definitely going to discuss the reunion together because it's going to
You
be
should be the
insane.
host. Why are you not the host for them? Because you are good at this. Or they should bring us and let us go there and say, oh yeah, make gonna be quiet so we can do this thing. Because they've had men every time to host the reunion. They should have
Yes,
women there and they should have this big shebang so we can really call them out as it is. My God.
yes,
All right, let me hear what Fulmination has to say. Ooh, they really did come in. They really came.
yes.
Oh my God, guys. Yes, they're sending lots of love. Yvonne Ada says, wow, I love this. Watching from Ghana, Ghost Bass. I see. Oh my God, guys, you are so fabulous. Greetings from Jamaica. Good for you. Good. So lovely to see
Nice.
you guys here. I told you they would love it. I did tell you. A lot of sisters from Ghana. Mariam says,
Wow.
greetings, fellow Fumi Nation. Hi, Glory, one of your FSWG subscribers here for years. Yes, frankly speaking, with Glory. Hi, Auntie. I was just watching your marriage. You posted 8 years ago. Yes, Mama. We've been married for
Wow.
17 years. How time flies. Because Adrian is going to be 7 this year. That's right. OMG, I didn't get a notification. Darling, I put it up from yesterday. I put it up yesterday and I let you guys know I'll do better next time. That's it. Lovely to see you, Glory. Lovely to see you, Fumi. All of the love. Let me see. Maybe they have any questions. That's it. Love. I love the collaboration. I love you guys should do this again. Bum, 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 bum. I can't imagine classy women dancing to One Corner, the weird song. It's not a weird song. I think that it's the way that it got caught up in this drama. You understand
Yeah.
me? It turned out to be dancing in the corner, but now, and they said One Corner is actually a Liberian song. They're
Oh,
correct. Yes, they're correcting me in the comments that it's actually Liberian because somebody said it was Ghana. You understand me? Not me working away when the two of you were speaking on the ish better late than never. Phew. Oh my God. I love you guys. I love you guys. I never knew any of the Real Housewives women except for Sophia, as she's recent news because of the Davido Duda. But what is happening with the Davido? So he's just, she's just cool. They're cool together and they hang out together.
they don't hang out together. They are not cool together.
Oh wow. Okay, I will get the tea. Not a problem. We'll get the tea. Hi Glory. Hi Glory. Love to see you guys. Love to see you guys. Hi Fumi Nation. Hello. I think Caroline is bitter. In fact, that Ehi was in Dabota's house when she invited her. Remember, she said that that her
Hmm.
heart cut. This Ehi,
Yeah.
is that the Ehi that was trying to replace her and in her marriage? Was this the
I,
Ehi?
I think that's the person.
Oh, what a shame. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Fabulous collab. Love the collab. Laughter, laughter emojis. Love, love emojis. Killing it out here in the streets. Edwards, and you know this because Oh wow. Love you. Keep pushing. This was wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Sophie, Glory, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Caroline
Thank you.
is excuse herself. Oh yes, they're right. Yes, that was some deep rooted hurt. I absolutely agree. Caro was physical in season one. Yes, we do know that with Laura. Absolutely. Oh, guys, you guys are amazing. Thank you very much for the feedback. I love you from Mississippi. I love you guys. Heart emojis, heart emojis. And then she wrote, "Hi, Auntie Fumia. I think that you should definitely do the host. Glory should be there." That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I said. Love you, Glory. I love
Thank
you
you
so
so
much. Thank you
much.
so very much. We'll talk behind the scenes. And
Yes.
everybody have a wonderful evening. And
Thank
yeah, this
you.
is it. We've done really, really well because they're not, like I said, they're not showing Real Housewives of Lagos anywhere. You understand? And
Mm.
so I go, girls, for those of you that want to know, I go to TikTok and they have it in sections. And so I just try to
Mhm.
grab as much as I can from different, different accounts that I follow to piece it all together so that I can get it together. All of my love, my darling. I love
Thank
you.
you
I love you,
so
Queen.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
And
Mwah,
thank you so
mwah.
much for inviting me. I had a swell time with yourself and your community. Thank you so much.
Thank you to your community. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I cannot wait to come to your platform. Mwah, mwah, mwah. My love.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Ciao, bye
much.
bye. Bye bye. God bless you. Bye.